Hello and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we talk all things gaming and all things otherwise interesting. I'm TBSliver and I'm joined here today by CaedesEnder, the Moogle on the end.
Good evening.
And SarinTal, the bearded man in the middle. How are we all doing this evening? I'm guessing that's about accurate.
That's about accurate.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's actually not too bad. Had a meeting with well, not really a parent-teacher meeting. It's more of the kids show off what they learned at school recently. And yeah. Now the teacher is like, hey, we need you to come in and show us some of the STEM stuff that your little guy's been working on. I'm like, okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. So I'm being brought in for show and tell.
Fair enough. Wait.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
He plays games for a living. Also, he does. Or he wishes he plays games for a living. And
hopefully somebody caught that reference.
Well, you mean the kindergarten cop reference that you tried to say?
There you go.
Unfortunately, it doesn't go. I don't get that one. Not watch kindergarten cop.
Listen out, man.
It's not a tumor.
Not a tumor.
I forget. It's Arnie, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Christ. Okay.
That's 1998, Arnie, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think so. It's going back a bit.
Little bit. He's a little older now. Now he just walk on cameos in his own movies. Wait, no.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
No. Well, what have we all been up to this past 2 weeks?
Not Baldur's Gate.
Not Baldur's Gate.
We're just gonna start that one off because we want to rant about it.
2 hours of screaming at the at random internet
into the void. Into the void.
Pretty much. Oh my god.
Not gonna lie, it was a fun 2 hours nonetheless.
Oh yeah, it would have sucked without you guys.
It was. Yeah. If I was doing this on my own, I'd be like, no, 5 minutes in, and I would have been like, I'm doing something else.
Yeah. Well, screw this shit, I'm out.
it'd be difficult to lose connection if you're playing solo. If we weren't there, you wouldn't have had the problem. So.
Fair.
Not wrong.
He's got a point.
Shit.
And be coming in here with your logic.
Don't you come in? Why do you want to play as a multiplayer game? It's a single player game. Christ.
I mean, we've done that. Subnautica.
We did, but we played that on multiplayer.
That was vice versa, and I do remember every time I crafted something, it went into someone else's inventory.
That was fun.
Or if you built something, it's sometimes built in front of someone else. It's just like, what?
Yeah, it's like, hang on, I didn't put this down.
Go in a minute.
One person building at a time.
Oh god, it was fun though. That was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
When does that come along, Eddie? We haven't played that in like 2 years.
No, we haven't. I mean, there's obviously the new expansion. I think there was an expansion out since we played.
For what?
Frozen Depths or something, yeah.
For Subnautica.
That's not an expansion. It's a whole different game.
Oh,
is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they had some like DLC or something that they brought out.
No, it's as far as I'm aware, it's a whole different game.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, Frozen Nautica Below Zero. Yeah, it's like a completely different game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the multiplayer's been worked on.
There's a Subsonic edition. I don't know. Oh, that looks interesting. I have not actually beat the game.
Neither have I.
You know, and so, again, it's one of those games. It's meant to be single player, but I have more fun with it for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Something about multiplayer games just works so much better.
Right?
I don't have a fear of the ocean in any way, shape, or form, so that game doesn't give me the level of anxiety that it gives people who feel that drive to go through it.
But what
so
gives you...
like, yeah, this is a game, and I could be in space. It would make no difference.
Yeah. Right. What does give you anxiety is me or Sarin behind you with possibly a spear gun.
No, what gives me anxiety is burning to death. But they don't really make games about that, so...
There have been a few, but yes.
He hasn't seen the Blood Wolf fire ship yet, has he?
No. You're going to have to inundate. You're going to have to induce? No.
Well, I mean,
introduce.
There are games where it is in there, but I do not know any games where the core mechanic is burn yourself alive. That would be an odd game.
Stuff like Little Fireplace or something like that. There is actually one where
Little Inferno.
Little
That's
Inferno.
that's slightly different. You buy things from the store to burn on the fire to keep yourself alive, which gives you money to buy things from the store.
yes.
And you can also import JPEGs from your desktop as photos in game, and then send a picture to your friend of you burning their portrait just to annoy them. Oh, not that I would do that.
You did that.
No, not at all.
Not that it was like a comic strip with 3 stages, intact, half on fire, ashes.
Edited with your face. Yes.
It wasn't edited. The game's just in there.
Oh yeah, it just does it, doesn't it?
You could just connect to your computer, import a file, and then burn it. It's great.
Well then, that's a thing.
I need to play that game again. It was when I eventually managed to get through it. It was great at the same time as slightly disturbing because of the ending. But it was around the time that was around the time when like Gish and World of Goo.
Yeah, I would say that the dev team makes some pretty weird games. They've, as you say, you've got Gish, World of Goo, and Human Resource, which was essentially how to code with humans.
Oh,
It was a really bizarre one.
yeah, yeah, I think I've seen that one go past a few times, and I keep forgetting to. It's on my wish list. Not that my wish list is any
You guys
use.
play some weird ass games. I'm telling you.
No,
You would
no,
like
no.
World of Goo, I think.
World of Goo,
So-
everybody should play.
I mean, my wife was watching my Steam update list then the other day, and she's like, "What's Ultimate Chicken Horse?" I'm like, "Ask Sliver," and she's like, "I like it. I don't even know what it is."
We're getting Pinky Rose on next time we play it. Then.
New character and a map dropped yesterday.
Ooh. Well, that's next week's.
That's
sorted if we
probably
don't- if we
that's
can't do
probably
anything
why
else.
it updated.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's probably just made everyone on chat, everyone watching the video jump. Sorry, guys, because that made me jump.
little too ASMR for you.
Close. A little too close.
Little too swallowing the mic.
Take it out of your throat.
Ooh.
Yeah, but what about the mic? Anyway, moving on.
Anyway.
Well then.
If you like that joke and everything else that's connotated around it, hit the like button.
You and words today.
I don't word ever. I can't.
Sliver's brain is broken. That should be the name of today's cast.
Just
It's like,
why does everything keep breaking? We've got the brains. There's 3 of us on screen. One of us has the brain cell. We're not sure which one.
No, there's 3 of us on screen. 2 of us share a brain cell.
I don't know. I think Caedes is borrowing one as well. I don't know anymore.
Partly, it's fine.
Partly, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Can't
was it-
brain,
what was it?
I have the dump.
What was it yesterday? Cat meow.
Yeah, meow.
Meow.
Yes. I think Caedes went cat, and with me and Sarin at the same time went meow.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
The cat jumped up on my lap out of nowhere. I went, "Goddamn cat!" And they both instantly went meow.
Separated at birth across continent. Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Oh dear. Anyway, Baldur's Gate being annoying. Turns out that the multiplayer doesn't work across multiple continents.
And
It seems.
the devs aren't going to do shit about it.
Nope.
The
Which
devs are going to do stuff. They're going to point you at a third-party program.
Yeah,
that
basically.
doesn't work.
Yep.
It didn't
But
work for us. I don't know how that didn't work. That should have
my
actually
question is-
worked.
Okay. But, so touching on that subject, the game didn't want to connect because it just didn't like the connection between me and Sliver.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. It was fine connecting to Caedes and Kremlik. It was fine with you 3 connecting, but the minute Sliver and I were in the same lobby, it had a shit fit.
I wonder if it's a NAT issue.
Could be. Could be.
Okay? Because even with what was it? We were using Hamachi yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can
For-
find each
for
other
the-
with Hamachi.
Yeah. That also, okay, so that removes the game from the equation. It's just our 2 computers did not want a handshake.
Because, I mean, well,
Does your computer have OCD? Is it germaphobe?
probably. It's a newer-phobe. Doesn't like anything new. Either that or the hard drive. Well, actually, to be fair, when I turned it on this evening when I got home, I heard this click click, click, click. And I was like, I hope that's not a hard drive. I really hope that's not a hard drive, because I got like 6 in here, and I won't be able to figure out which one's which. I've been meaning to migrate off those for so long. I don't think it was. I think it was. It sounded more like a fan going really slowly and catching a wire, because obviously fan controls in this thing are insane.
You might want to check that out.
I know, but it's money. I've been eyeing up new hard drives for a while because I need to back up everything. And I've been looking at a 4 terabyte M2. I've seen a really good one for like 250 quid. That's a really good price. The best price I've seen, because normally they're like £500 or £600.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah, which would replace the 2 terabyte drives I've got in here that are spinning rust. Almost literally spinning rust. One of them is 10 years old now, and has been in use daily since I bought it. So I think it's that one that's going, and the other one that's not far off it. But I need more hard drives for my server, which is going to cost me. Yeah, let's not even go there right now. It's like 500 quid for the drive amount I want.
Sounds like stuff you should be putting on your throne list.
Yeah, but yeah. Actually, throne. I don't trust hard drives from Amazon. No.
I must say, I've had 1 or 2 from Amazon. I've not had an issue with them, to be fair. I understand your reluctance.
I have bought some from Amazon, and I've seen how other people have received their hard drives. Like a friend at the office, opened the box, and it was a massive box with a hard drive in a placky bag. You know, the ESD safe bags. It was that in a massive box with just with just the padding, with just like their scrunched up paper padding.
Their bubble.
No, not bubble.
Not even the paper padding. Not even the bubble wrap.
Yeah, they don't do the bubble wrap over here. And yeah, it was just that, and I was just like, it was basically sand on the inside, so they got a refund.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So
a little bit.
Yeah. But I've got I have a slight data problem anyway, because I've got 2 6 terabyte hard drives sat on my desk, and that's my stream backup. So I have 12 terabytes of video. It's not good. It's not a good way to live. I need more hard drives. Never mind. That's a different problem for a different day.
You have a problem. You, sir, is what's called an addiction.
No, what I need is a better internet connection.
That too.
Because I was uploading them all the videos to YouTube, so like after that point I don't overly care, because I can always re-download them from YouTube. It won't be the same quality as I have them here, but I can re-download them and get clips and stuff off them. But until then, yeah. And with my current internet connection, it's not really feasible. One stream will take 2 days to upload.
Ouch.
Yeah, because YouTube obviously limit their upload speed.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, speaking fast internet, I hear some good news on your side, Caedes.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Nope, definitely not.
Nothing at all happening on the 29th.
Nope, no, sorry.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
And speaking of the number 9, that's how many hundreds of megabytes down I'll be getting.
Zoom!
I reckon it'll come in closer to 700, but from 50, I'll take it.
I'll tell you what, when I got mine, I hit 900 on like quiet periods. When it was absolute peak times, I was getting 600 to 700 concurrent download at the same time, like when I was doing video transfer or shit like that around, and I was just like, Zoom. Updates, yeah.
When I went this kind of upgrade last time, I was promised 300, and because I was literally the next building over to the exchange, I was getting nearer 5.
Nice.
It was absolutely great.
Yeah, because obviously Sarin's on that kind of speed, or the equivalent over there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You get that basically gigabit down.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't even notice that I was, patched 3 games, and one of them was, let's see, I just patched over 4 gigs of games.
Yeah. Whereas
nothing.
Whereas I looked over at I literally have my download speed on a monitor on a little widget on my desktop that shows me like my CPU usage and everything else, and I have my network up and down speed for that. I looked over, I was like, why are you downloading at 5 gig? Looked at 5 meg, looked at Sarin's picture in the OBS preview and went, well, that's a potato. Shit. Turns out there's an update for MechWarrior 5. All 25 gig of it. Bollocks. So, yeah. God. The size of games as well these days is surprising.
Yeah, with the speed of internet these days and the possibility of good hard drives, people just don't care.
Yeah.
Game companies do not care at all. Like, we were joking about when I get my internet, just as a laugh, I might download GTA. You know, just throw 120 gig on my hard drive and then just remove it because I can.
Yeah. I must say I did that. I downloaded GTA 5 and then removed it again because I never played it. But it was just like, I did not think twice about it. It's like, 100 gig. Oh, okay. That's 10 minutes. I'm going to go put the kettle on.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
didn't we say we were going to try GTA 5 once and I downloaded it and we never touched it? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just going to get rid of this because it's too big to sit on my computer.
I think that was something we looked at and it was just like because of how ingrained the multiplayer is without having separate servers and stuff, it's such a pain in the butt to do. And to do your own private server so you don't get annoyed by everyone is technically against the terms of service, but they look the other way because there's so much money coming in from the GTA RP communities. So, yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, the only way to do it was to, while one person is connected to the game, switch over from one network to another or something stupid like that. That would force you out and into your own lobby. It'd still be online, but it would be a fresh lobby. All your friends would then join on you, but that would give you maybe 10 minutes before it reopened up to the community as a public and people could just join you.
Yeah, whereas with the RP ones, they've got they don't. So, God, I can't remember the exact way they're doing it. It's something like they're not modifying the application at all. They're not modifying the game because that would get you caught by any of the cheating programs, which are on all the time, even when you're not connected to that. They basically redirect. They basically do a VPN just for the servers to the actual server or something silly like that. It's very clever. But it's very much like, well, yeah, okay.
You started there. You went Roboto there for a second.
Did I?
I don't know if that was just me.
Is MechWarriors doing again?
I would not be surprised. No idea. One of my I just looked at my speed things. I was like, OBS Studio using 4.3 meg. That's be upstream. And then OBS browser page using 2.5 meg down. That'll be Sarin. And me and mine, because these are web pages. Because of the way we do the podcast. But
yeah. It ain't jank. We don't want it.
and the way I do my Beyblade streams too. Like,
yes, yeah. That's been going really well for you recently.
It has. It's actually been a lot of fun. So once a month, I hold Beyblade tournaments at a local store here. I literally started because my little guy was enjoying, playing with the Beyblades with me, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fun playing with the two of us, but it comes to a point where just we already know how it's going to end up 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we got to get him, with some other kids, and it's been interesting. We've had a maximum of 14 participants at one point. We had 11 the last one, and we held it on a Friday, which I'm never doing again because that was way too rushed. Because the kid finishes school at 3:00, get him home, get all the stuff, get the wife. Find some time to eat between there, get to the store, set it all up for people to start registering. No, thank you. I'm going to do it on Sundays after work like I have been before.
Yeah,
that seems sensible.
And for kids, it's not too bad because it's more of a younger... It's not an adult sport as much, is it? I call it a sport.
Surprised!
There's a couple of things in the... I'm not going to say the Beyblade community because I was never a part of it, but that kind of community... And the phrase is, only adults can play kids' card games.
Fair. Yeah, because only adults can afford to play kids' card games, but the kids play the card games as well. And it's sort of like, I'll say, yeah, it's teens and young adults I see as well, and I call young adults like under 30, that have like the time and the possibly spare income to do that and not trying to look after a family at the same time. Sarin notwithstanding, because he's trying to run a tournament for it because he's mad.
I needed something to do out of the house. Okay, I haven't been airsofting in a while.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's actually a really good idea.
But again, this is something it gets my kid out of the house. It gets him involved with other members of the community, and it teaches. And there's very little chances for kids these days that they teach about how to deal with winning and losing properly.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, if you're having a hard time in a game, I'm just gonna set it to the easiest mode and off we go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that in Japan there is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering in maths classes, because it teaches them a lot of decent skills.
It does. Maths like that is just so good. I mean, I learned a lot more about quick addition and multiplication when playing card games. It's amazing. It's amazing the number of people that are just like, oh no, games are rotting our kids' brains. No, they're teaching them. Teaching them amazing hand-eye coordination.
Basically.
And inventory management, also known as money. Also how to deal with, I need to save up for X, Y, and Z in the game.
Yeah, basically.
You will never ever tell me that kids don't learn things from video games, because I've seen redstone crafting in Minecraft. And it is insane. Holy shit, know more than I do, and it's like, that's my job.
Yeah. It's any game that brings in a form of programming immediately
as long as it's not called programming.
Yeah, don't call it programming.
Call it programming.
Redstone. Call it wires. I'm talking about shapes.io in this case, where you can like, oh my word, the cleverness in that. It's a couple of.
I've seen some of the builds I've seen people do with the wiring in Rust is like, the hell.
Yeah,
it was something I noticed.
You've got an automated call-ins voting system.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, a guy made an automated call-in vote system in his Rust base. So there's 3 phones of different colors, and depending which phone gets called, will move up the dial on one of the 3 markers.
Oh my, that's actually really clever. And I'm guessing that was a lockout.
That was a Rust build.
Yeah, that's
I don't
insane.
know. I'm just like, I built a house.
Yeah. If it's got 4 walls and a roof, I'm chuffed.
Basically.
Yeah. Jesus.
But yeah, it's as Kremlin was saying about Final Fantasy VII, it taught his friend to read. When I was at school, my form tutor was the head of English, so she was big on us.
Finish that sentence, Caedes. He taught his friend to read. He was blind.
Oh, I missed that bit.
Yeah, his friend was blind, and it taught him to read. Fair. I think I know the friend as well. Kremlik will probably confirm or deny that later.
Hold on, was or is? There's a very big distinction between those.
If
two
it's what
words.
I'm thinking of, he's legally blind, blind, and could probably not read can't read anything further than like half a foot in front of his face with glasses.
Fair.
If it's that friend I'm thinking of, might not be. It might be another friend of Krem's.
But yeah, so the tutor was basically saying, like, I want you all to read more. I want you to bring a book into school with you. I pulled one out of the bag straight away. I'm like, always carry a book.
Yeah.
And I made a joke about, well, I read on a night anyway because I'll be playing Final Fantasy. And she flew an absolute hissy fit about it. That's not reading. I'm like, it's entirely text-based story game. How is it not reading? Like, how is that any different from picking up a novel?
How many words?
I enjoy it more.
How many words are in Final Fantasy VII? Probably more than a standard novel.
No, I wouldn't imagine there are, because it's all limited storage. I would say if it's got 100,000, maybe.
Okay.
But that's still equivalent of a short novel.
Yeah, short novel.
It's more than a play or a novella.
Yeah.
But if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how much is a frame worth in a game?
Yeah. Well, 24 frames a second, that's 24 individual pictures, so that's 24,000 words, so done.
The first one's 1,000 words, and the next 24 says, and the same again, and the same again, and the same again. Oh, he died, and the same again, and the same again.
But then I argued that obviously you've got the interpretation of it, and obviously it's Final Fantasy VII, for those who haven't played it, there's a lot of plot twists and there's intrigue and there's even a whodunit that people to this day still get wrong. This is 25, nearly 30 years later, and people still think that Sephiroth killed Aerith. He did not. He was not there.
Sephiroth.
But yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, if I'm enjoying it and it's helping, why are you fighting me on it? You're supposed to be a teacher, not a disabler. Yeah. You know?
And it's also bringing the joy and stuff.
Oh, remember. Oh, I guess your education system's a little different than ours, but we're not teaching thinkers and, inventors and all that. We're teaching warehouse workers.
Yeah.
We're preparing yes men.
Unfortunately.
Because that's what the world needs right now. It doesn't need inventors and thinkers and, leaders. It needs people to do the grunt work.
Yeah, it needs people who will toe the line.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. No,
this podcast got real political.
Wow. I was going to try and bring it back to something nice because recently, several other streamers, including Argic, who was on the stream a couple of podcasts ago. We're going to have him back on again at some point. And Faz D, who was a guy myself and Kremlik went and met in Manchester a couple of weeks ago. We're doing raising money for Special Effect, which is a charity that brings gaming to disabled kids, like kids that like, physically can't hold a controller, are incapable of either the fine motor control or something like that, and make the massive, like, they're the people that you see with the button the size of your head that they put in front of a kid for the jump button, and then they got their other hand is like stuck with. I saw one of them. It's like the left-right triggers were basically a cushion either side of their arm that they moved their arm into to move the character left and right and press the jump button. That was the controls for the game. You see the joy on that kid's face when when they're able to play just a video game, or even just change the channel on TV.
Yeah,
it's just mind-blowing.
Making it accessible for them.
Getting that sort of independence is huge. And I mean, like, I've never agreed with the statement, the video games lower your IQ. No, if anything, it teaches you to think in different ways.
Yeah.
I think every game teaches you something different. I mean, I wouldn't expect educators to say, yeah, let's go play some Call of Duty. No. But it does teach you hand-eye coordination, and even in things like a music class, that can help.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination and working as a team.
Here's the counter to that, even with Call of Duty. Tactics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. There's a reason to use every game.
Outthinking your opponent, seeing what your opponent does. What habits people build, and how to counter them. Like there's so much to learn just in the basic game, not just getting into the actual nitty-gritty of the tactics in the game. But the teamwork, the being able to communicate clearly and quickly in a fast environment. You get to the point where it's like me and Jet, we stop communicating because we already know what the other one's thinking.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. For teamwork, game playing is a massive one for it. Motor control as well. Kremlik has issues with certain controllers or using keyboard and mouse, and it helps keep the motor control working. Wow, this went sideways quick.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a philosophical one.
Holy what?
Woo! Yeah, must be the kind of day today. That's where my brain's at.
Yeah, true. So, what new games have we played recently, or old games in my case?
We haven't played Baldur's Gate.
We haven't played Baldur's Gate.
We haven't played Baldur's Gate. I've been playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator. So,
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Sarin.
Curse you. Although my wife's been just enjoying just sitting here and watching it.
It's such a chill game to like.
Literally one of those games. It's like I do not have brain, but I need something to do.
I can clean walls.
You're
actually. I saw you playing the other day, and you're as far through the main storyline as it is as I am, and I think we're not even like a third of the way through. And yeah, me and Lydia was playing Power Wash Simulation. I joined her on a stream, and it was we were there for 4.5 hours. We did like 2 buildings. We were just chilling, just cleaning all the. Well, actually, no, we did all the new Midgar ones, which is all the Final Fantasy.
Oh, those came out?
Yeah, they're out.
You bastard! You were supposed to do those with me.
I can go back and do them again. They're good fun.
I don't care.
There was also a vote on their Twitter recently, or a discussion about what crossovers you would like to see.
Star Wars.
Well, mine was a choice of if it's any game, with Resident Evil. Don't care if it's mansion. Don't care if it's police station. You know, give me something grandiose that I'm inside.
Yeah.
If it's limited to Square games, I would like to see a Blitzball arena. You know, after it's been drained of water, and you've got to clean it all down like a pool, like an actual pool scrubber.
Some of those sound like that one sounds more like a power wash simulator. The other one sounded more like a Viscera cleanup detail game.
Yeah,
but I would love a sort of crossover between the two. I don't know how it would work because they're pretty much the same thing. Like, conceptually, it's go in clean. I mean,
you would add a pickup function to Power Wash or a Power Wash function to Viscera, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is a pickup function because I figured out you could pick up the gnomes, you could pick up you could hit the little soccer ball. When my wife saw the gnomes, she's like, "Gnomes, no, shoot it!" So of course I had to put the strongest pressure washer on and go psst.
Yeet it into next week. Yes.
But no, the crossover I would like to see is, a battle-scarred X-wing or TIE fighter.
Yeah,
ooh,
that would be cool. And that would rake in the players, especially if it was the Falcon.
Washing down
battle-scarred Falcon. Yes,
you could do the interior and exterior on that. It would be insane.
Yep.
No, Han wouldn't let you inside the Falcon with a pressure washer. You can't.
If I had a pressure washer, Han wouldn't be able to stop me.
The Wookiee would.
Let the Wookiee win. Yeah, power washing while getting chased by a Wookiee.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I was one of the crossovers I thought of was like for the Viscera Power Wash crossover, Power Wash Simulator cleaning their office.
That would be cool
because you get an office in Viscera cleanup detail, but you don't really get a home in Power Wash Simulator. You get the van.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be one. That would actually be one for it. Like the van is just has been broken into in the thing, and there's just something all over the place. Viscera cleanup detail that would be a cool little crossover for that actually. Yeah, because you do get the little.
Caedes, are you losing him as well, or is it just me?
A little bit there, yeah.
My network being El Crapo today.
Yep.
A little bit.
Great. Well, it's not breaking on my end, so.
Small question: what is Velkhana? Velkhana is the Elder Dragon, the title Elder Dragon from the Monster Hunter World Iceborne update. She is a rather large ice-covered dragon that I'm guessing that some Kremlik is being sly here and baiting me into talking about the upcoming DLC or free content patch for Monster Hunter Rise, in which Velkhana will be making an appearance.
Yeah, that's good.
Well then,
see your game, Kremlik.
I'm looking forward to that.
No, I haven't touched Monster Hunter at all this week, and that is unusual for me. In fact, I made a point of saying that where I launch my games from is a program called Play Night, which Sliver knows well. And on the front page there are 12 games. There are 2 stacks of 12 games. The 12 recently added to my collection, and then the 12 most recently played. And for the first time since its release, Monster Hunter Rise went off of that recently played last week.
How many hours do you have in that game?
150 on Switch, about 300 on PC, I think.
That is insane.
Yeah, and compared to World, that's low.
Yeah,
add another 500 onto that for World.
Yeah. It's just, but that's
so what
still.
Has your number what is your number one game for last week?
Last week.
Oh God.
Honestly, and this is something that is so out of the ordinary for me. I've been playing Street Fighter Duel on mobile, and I don't do mobile games, and I feel dirty.
I didn't actually know there was a Street Fighter on mobile. Huh? I might have to check it out.
It popped up on my BlueStacks, and I thought, yeah, you know what? As an idle brawler, I'll give it a go.
Is it an idle game?
Pretty much. And I apparently jumped on it on day one, so I've been playing it since the get-go.
Okay. Well, those are the sort of games to have on your phone. To be fair, I keep avoiding them because I end up trying to play them too quickly, and too hard, and I get burnt out. I either get burnt out or bored on it because it's like, well, I've done everything in it, and I don't want to just sit there and leave my phone on all day.
Yeah. Well, for me, I don't have it on my phone. I only have it on BlueStacks on my PC. I don't like having mobile games on my phone because then I feel like I've got to pick up my phone and be using it, and I don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it if it's. I wouldn't mind it as much if it was like the crossplay. I keep debating getting into like Marvel Snap, which has a desktop client.
Yes,
but has the same account on mobile and desktop, so you can play on the go and on desktop. And I wonder if it's got. I mean, if it like obviously using BlueStacks, which is an Android emulator for those that don't know, if you can play it on multiple Android devices and it's the same save.
Yes, it's linked to your Google Play account.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you sign into Google Play, it logically should transfer.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I did that with Star Wars Heroes that I've had on my phone since pretty much the get-go. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm on my computer. I don't really want to be playing on my phone, looking at my phone screen, so I just have my BlueStacks, with that there. And for me, it's one of those games. It's like, okay, I could do all the daily stuff in an hour, and come back to it in a few and do it, anything that came up extra.
Yeah.
This one's got a 12-hour idle timer, so you can constantly be earning rewards just idly up to a maximum of 12 hours. As soon as you click it to receive it, the 12 hours resets. So it's
an
pretty
offline timer.
Forgiving in that respect compared to others.
Yeah, having an offline time. I mean, there was one actually. To be fair, the last one I played was I think Eggs Inc., where you're literally a chicken farmer.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
yeah, that was great.
My wife has that one on her phone.
It's brilliantly stupid. You end up getting to quantum eggs. It's like, I'm sorry, what now? Like you're managing to get a chicken. You start off literally with stuff that sounds relatively reasonable. You got one chicken, it lays one egg a day ish, whatever the cycle is in there. Though it's running at 15 days a minute or something stupid like that. By the end of it, you've got 300 chickens or something in very very quickly, and they're laying like 6,000 eggs a minute. Like. What?
Yeah, it very much gets into that.
But it's a numbers go up game.
It's called what do they call clicker games? Auto clicker games.
Yeah,
it's into that kind of territory.
Well, it is a clicker game.
Passive clicker.
Oh, okay, fair.
And the funny thing is with BlueStacks, you can program the clicks.
Of course, you can just use you can just use an auto clicker on your mouse, and it's like
it's not on your mouse. It's built into
BlueStacks.
Built into BlueStacks. There is an actual fully automated system, like macroing system built into BlueStacks. You can just have running. You can have it slide the screen, click a spot, slide the screen, click a spot. Like you could have it on the timer.
I didn't need to know this. I didn't need to know this.
Fun!
Goodbye, everybody. There goes all my time. I'm now a clicker game fanatic. Oh shit.
If you do want an interesting clicker game, this is many years ago, but. Sword Coast Legends, is it the Idle Champions? It's called. It's the D&D auto clicker.
Oh yes, Lost Champions of the Idle Realm. A friend of mine plays that. Right, like he's when he's in Discord, he's always playing that game because it's either that or whatever his main game is. And he always has that. He has when he's working from home, he has that on in the second monitor.
And that's the joy of them. Especially if you work from home like me, you can't stick Persona on. You can't go and play Monster Hunter because the second you get a call, I can't pause Monster Hunter. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit and play Divinity: Original Sin and get really engrossed in it and then have to stop and start and stop and start. So just having something on screen.
What do you want from me, you foolish? Well, I mean, hello, well, thank you for calling.
Exactly. You get yourself muddled up and you don't know where you are, and then you get fired. Well, just having something on the spot on the second monitor, just to in between a call, I'll just interact with that 2-3 clicks. Right now, back to work, and then that needs doing 2-3 clicks, and then back to work. Yeah. It's perfect. They've cornered the market on being lazy.
I think the problem that I've got with those is because of my job type. I don't have that downtime between things. Yeah. I'm either knee deep or shoulder deep in code, and I can't have something else that's taking my concentration because I'm calculating the universe back here. I can't just do that, and if I do, Like, it's maybe taken me 20 minutes, an hour, something like that, to get my head into the code. Something like that, it's just gone, and then it's like
you don't want
I'm
to be
just
taken
like,
out of that space.
Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour. I've got to get 20 minutes, an hour to get back there again, which is the problem. If I'm doing stuff like, honestly, actually, I can't think of anything I normally do that really fits that.
And then here's me. In order for me to work effectively, I need to have something kind of like that mental reset. Otherwise, my brain just grinds to a halt.
Yeah. I used to work in factories, and this is not a joke. One of my particular jobs was what's called rebinning, which was a big pallet of goods would come to you. You scan one, it tells you to put it in container A6. So you put it in container A6.
Okay.
And you're separating people's packages out for delivery for people who've ordered more than one thing. And
Right.
one of the containers was D12. And the amount of nights I spent humming songs from the band D12 just because my brain was looking for something to do. Because it was just scan, drop, scan, drop, scan, drop.
Like,
Your brain needs something to just kick it back into gear to stop you going insane.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna tell you guys what like a scenario that's actually currently at my work that I don't agree with, but the powers that be thinks this is in order to keep us focused. A room, I'm gonna say maybe about 15 feet by 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Packed with computers, wall to wall, right? And that's our room where we get images for baggage coming through.
Yep.
You are to stare at the monitor for half an hour. You are not allowed to talk to your coworkers. You're actually encouraged not to sit next to your coworkers. There must be a spot in between you. The windows are fogged out, so we can't see outside, and shutters closed. They usually keep the temperature for some stupid reason at about 23 degrees Celsius.
That's a big
because there's people there, from the equator region, and they can't handle the Alberta cold, so move out of the country.
Oh no.
And no, I'm not actually being serious about that, but put a jacket on. That's why that's why it's supplied to you by work. And there's no auditory stimulus either. There's no music. There's nothing. You're not allowed to have your earphones in. You're not allowed nothing. They've actually started disciplining people for doodling on scraps of paper in between images.
Jesus. Yeah.
It
sounds like a sensory deprivation tank.
It is a sensory deprivation tank. The only thing you have is look at the image, find a threat, move on. Look at the image, find a threat, move on. Oh, and by the way, you have 15 seconds per image to find what you need to find.
And I'm guessing, I'm hoping this has got false positives in as well, because if you're not finding things, your brain's just going to switch off when you actually see one.
But the thing is, their thought process is, if you have an auditory stimulus like a radio in the background, it's going to distract you from finding what you're looking at. And you know what? No,
it's not.
No, it doesn't.
Everyone's different.
Yeah, we have those same workstations on the live floor, and I do better up there than I do in that room.
Yeah, because you've got stuff happening around you. You're paying attention every time a bag goes through. It's just like, yeah, but you can see the bag coming up and think. It's just like, oh, the bag's here. Okay, scan that. Okay.
Well, no, I actually don't see the bag. The way our system is they changed it. It's like each monitor can get an image from any scanner.
Oh, right.
They're all kind of networked in that way.
Fair enough.
I'm assuming you just press a button and whichever scanner that's from, like a Rancor pit just opens and the guy goes down.
Sure.
That's how I imagine airports to be in my head. Yeah.
See, I've got nothing in my bag.
You lie.
Oh God.
It'd be an entertaining shift if you could do that.
Right.
There'd be a lot less people trying to do stupid shit though. Which is probably for the best, to be fair.
Honestly, like one of the things that I talked to my coworkers, like if we were allowed to do anything for like Halloween, we'd all just be stormtroopers. Move along.
Move along.
This is not the luggage you're looking for. Oh,
There's going to be so many people doing that, but you're going to love every single moment of it.
How long before that joke gets old?
Never. Never.
Challenge.
I mean, what challenge? You guys do realize I'm part of a Star Wars group, right?
I do know this. Yeah, but you play Jedi.
Yeah, still.
Boo! Boo! Star Wars is about the common man. Boo! Jedi. Boo!
Honestly, again, this is not where I wanted this to go, but with the political infighting with the 501st right now, I don't want to be part of the 501st.
Oh, no, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
Just a genuine question: is that the official 501st, or just a team calling themselves the 501st?
Official.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Like
Well, we're avoiding that topic because I don't want to know.
I'm not going there.
No, I have been on the periphery. I have never been in actual. No.
No, I'm part of a official Star Wars group called Saber Guild, and it is literally the only group that has been permitted to have any form of combat contact.
Okay.
Oh wow.
501st and Rebel Legion are not even permitted to point their blasters at a camera or at anyone taking a photo with them.
Wow.
Right? Because they do not want to be threatening in public. Right? It is the image they're trying to keep.
Yeah.
Whereas Saber Guild, because they are a choreographed combat group and it is all stage play, it is the only group that has been permitted any sort of like combat contact, which is why I joined them, because that was fun.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm guessing there's a couple of others that are allowed, but because I've seen other ones that do.
There are 3 official groups: Rebel Legion, 501st, and Saber Guild. Anyone other than that, if the mouse wants to come after them, the mouse can.
I'm guessing it's subgroups locally then.
Yeah, there are subgroups.
This is why I was asking, because I know a guy who says, "Oh yeah, I'm part of the 501st." No, you're not. You're part of a group that calls itself the 501st. You are not part of the official 501st.
So there is 501st governing group, and then there's each city's base.
Yeah. Okay. So they have. It's to use a random analogy. They're similar to the Scouts.
He was essentially part of a forum that called themselves it. He was nothing even close to official.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So he wasn't a. Yeah. It's not like the local city.
He was a braggart essentially.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Often get to use that term in this day and age.
Wow. Because a friend of mine's actually a member of the droid group, because he has the
droid builders. Yeah.
Droid builders. He's actually one of 3 droid builders in the UK with a screen accurate and verified screen accurate R2D2.
Nice.
Remote controlled as well. It's very cool. He goes around the place all the time on to do shows and stuff for events.
I did meet one of those when I was cosplaying up
Sarin
in.
Is a collectible card.
Yeah, I was cosplaying up in Nottingham, and I did meet and that was someone with an actual astromech droid, and I was utterly besmitten with it. Just
man, I've looked at those.
Thing.
I've not managed.
How much? Hey, how much do you think one of those costs?
The droid.
Yeah, to build a fully.
If it's less than 10k, I'd be disappointed.
Surprisingly, not that much.
You're
not that much.
No.
Anyway.
It is not less than 10k.
I mean, a fully automated with pre-programmed, all the shenanigans. Yeah, I'd be disappointed if it was less than 10k.
Remote controllable.
How much? Remote controllable, sounds, lights. The one I saw had 3 different arms for R2's utility arm.
Oh, those are requirements for the screen accurate ones.
No,
it's a couple. I think it was a couple of grand.
Because this one had it was a 3-arm setup, and it rotated on a cylinder, and different arms would pop out.
Yeah.
Most droid builders only require one of the arms to pop out, not all 3.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, the one I saw, upwards of 60,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean they get stupid. I don't actually know how much my friend actually paid overall for it, but he did do a lot of stuff like 3D print a lot of it himself.
Yeah.
And build a lot of it from scratch. So he saved a lot of money, but he's a tinkerer and a maker. So it's his hobby. He's building a shit. My brain's just completely forgotten the
BB1,
BB1, yeah, BB8,
BB8.
He's building a BB8 ball, yeah.
Ball. Okay, BB8.
He's building a BB8 that is remote controllable. That doesn't require the third leg style.
Okay.
Which is
I see that. I mean,
mad.
Sphero did it.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a basic version you can just go and buy that's remote control car. Essentially, there is cheap versions you can get, so it's doable.
Oh yeah, no, he bought the remote control one.
You got the Sphero version, right? If you could just make this bigger, then you're good.
Yeah, he bought the remote control one, and then took it apart to figure out how it worked. And there's a couple of different methods, including like using magnets to hold the head on.
Yeah, that's what the Sphero does. Is it uses magnets and rollers on the head to keep it on, and internal gyros of the ball. Because I've seen a cutaway of the Sphero ones. I haven't actually taken one apart because once you take the body apart, it's done.
It's because it's sealed.
Now here's a weird one for you, and it's a slight tangent. I always wanted to buy the Lego Wall-E, or like the Meccano, the kind of fold out Wall-E from Pixar.
Yeah,
I have it,
and then paint it up as an orc gargant.
Yes.
Yes. That's just something I've always wanted to do. And then you can have the front chest compartment where his legs and that fold into as a boarding ramp full of orcs.
You need to have behind each eye a couple of grots just with levers, just one of them upside down, just for some reason.
just all kind of madness hanging from it, and one of his arms is a fucking big shooter and all that kind of rubbish. I think that would look awesome.
Well, we just finished. So speaking of like the robotic stuff, we just finished building the Meccano robot for my little guy, and he's been having fun with that. A lot of voice commands. Actually, I think I'll be able to send Sliver a link here.
Maybe. I think I've just figured out why my internet's being so slow.
Oh?
My desktop just went, MechWarrior 5 mods have finished updating. I forgot to turn off sync thing on my server. Whoops. Never mind. If you throw me a link, I know.
Yeah, I gotta... I will send you this video. Control C.
Waiting. Please
waiting. Shut it. There you go. Set directly to you. Oh, it's not the one I sent.
Oh, that one. I'm sorry, but I unfortunately can't put that one back on again because I don't want to get another copyright claim.
You got what?
That got me copyright claimed last time.
By showing the robot?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. They did a visual copyright claim on that video. It's still up because we don't earn any money on them yet. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. But we got a copyright claim on that. We actually had a copyright claim on the last one, and I'm not sure why because I didn't look at the listing soon enough, and they've actually dropped the copyright claim. So it was probably someone trying to claim stream beats or something stupid.
Okay. So it's a mechanoid built by Meccano. It's a robot that has articulating arms, head, wheels for ground movement, and it's it's a STEM system. So like it has some pre-built commands and voice commands, but you can just go in and build your own stuff. So my little guy's been playing a lot with that.
Is it the small one or the big one?
No, it's the big one.
Okay.
I'm
just finding an image of him so I can put that picture up. That is not the picture I wanted. Okay, fine.
I think it's the G15KS.
That sounds about right. Push that button. Push that button. Push that button. There we go.
Buttons.
A static.
Yeah.
It was the video itself that got called, and it was actually from that YouTube channel. So let's not. This is an image from John Lewis. Come at me, bro.
Okay. So that's basically, and it's got little processor in its chest, and then we updated it, and he's been having fun with it. So it's a nice little robot there. So we got that built. Had to tighten a few screws after its movement because like my little guy comes down, one of the screws fell out. Great.
Oh no.
There's probably about 150 screws that I put into that thing. Where did it fall out from?
Here's your screwdriver, kid. Get going.
like in IKEA, there's always one screw left.
Oh God.
No, it's not like IKEA, but it's just like, oh my god. So it was the arms, so I just replaced the bolt with from the regular nut to a tension nut, so it's actually not going to fall out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we also got him the Wally Lego kit from Amazon. Well, it's Lego, quote unquote, Wally Stems kit. So his teacher now wants to do a Stems day where we come in and show that off to the class.
Nice, nice. Yeah, no, I remember my mum used to do a lot of the robotics at school, at primary school. She had she didn't have. We had a lot of the Technic? No, it's not Lego Technic.
Lego Technic.
It wasn't Lego Technic. It's the Mindstorms.
Okay.
Mindstorm. They discontinued that.
I know.
They discontinued Mindstorm. I am so pissed.
I've still got all. Well, I don't have it. My mum has it all, but we still got all of that because it was such a good little kit. So powerful. They
it is an amazing kit for kids.
Yeah. And you wonder why robotics and STEM education has been so pushed at in like recent 10 years.
Gee, I wonder.
It's like, you've got rid of all the robots. Kids like playing with robots.
I mean, it's not even that. It's like look at where everything is going toward. With everything's becoming automated.
Yeah.
Well, if you want something automated, you need to start teaching the kids early on to do that.
What are we going to be? We're the maintainers for the robots. So we got to know how to make the robots and look after the robots. And,
but wait, we'll build robots to maintain the robots.
What do we do when we've built the robots that maintain the robots?
Retire.
Yes. Excellent. So we get to play video games, and we'll make robots to make video games.
Do a podcast about it.
Wait, but we'll build robots to play video games.
Program the robots to make the podcast. Oh my word. I mean, you've been having fun with that sort of programming the robots to make the thing, haven't you, Caedes, recently?
Have I?
The AI
investigations. Yeah. Well, I'm quite into my AI. It's something I dabble in for work and for hobby. And I have sampled a famous person's voice, shall we say, for personal use. Because I have got it currently reading chapter 1 of an audiobook. And that is as far as it will go. It will never go any further. Nobody will ever have access to it because I would not ever do that to, let's face it, one of my favorite audiobook narrators.
Yeah.
But it is scary how good it is.
Yeah. This is a see if you can, and then you went, this is far too good. I'm going to stop.
I fully understand why people are bothered by AI. And one of the things I've said is if I do get full access to the program, the case study I would use it for is if I want to make a YouTube video, I can script it up, sample my own voice, and then record it in a single take.
Yep.
Fair.
That's just the simplest use of it I can think of. And for $5 a month, yeah, you're damn right, I'll take that.
Voiceovers for training videos is actually a very good use of it.
And then the other thing that's kind of similar, which we're seeing a lot of, is people who mod games like Skyrim or older versions like Morrowind, completely sampling their own voice and their team's voice, so it's all completely legal, and then modding it into the game to fully voice the game.
That would be cool.
So every line of dialogue is now voiced.
Or even fixing lines of dialogue that are wrong in games.
That's where it starts to get a little bit. Yeah. You're actually taking personality in IP there, and you'd have to rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah.
But even games like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy 1, games that never stood a chance of seeing full voice cast, could now, with relative ease, with permission of the official, Final Fantasy remake audio cast, you could literally just say, can I make a mod with your voice in it? They go, yeah, cool, brilliant, done. Now I have the OG Final Fantasy VII with Cloud's voice.
But also you look at this and you think the accessibility options of this. I mean, the accessibility both from a blind person's perspective of being able to have a voice that they can understand well rather than the roboto voice, because it always sucks. But also think about someone like Stephen Hawking, who had no voice by the end. I mean, his robot voice became his voice. But if he'd been able to take some recordings of his previous thing and continue using his own voice, would have been astounding.
That's just made my brain go to a weird place. Imagine being a voice donor. You are a famous streamer. You can literally sell or rent your voice for that purpose.
Yeah. Or you could take 2 or 3 people's voices, because I'm guessing the AI could do this, and be part of a voice donation. Like, you could take mine, Sarin's, and Caedes' voice, mash them together. We'd have a slight Yorkshire Lil Canadian.
That would be an interesting
horrendous
mix.
I wonder, actually, that might be something to investigate, Caedes. Throw 2 voices in.
I've used my 50,000 word limit this month, but when it renews, I may have to give that a go.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I have a core sample that I use, which is something that I use in a lot of situations when I want to learn a baseline of something. If I need an accent, if I need to hear something done in a particular way, I do the intro for B-Movie. According to all, I don't know why, it's just something that keeps getting memed at in my D&D community, and it's become a bit of a thing. So that would be it. You'd be able to hear an amalgamation of all 3 of us reading the intro to B-Movie.
We're going to have to do that. That's going to be actually kind of scary. We'll have to do a podcast using that. We've all got to do text to speech.
Oh, jeez.
There's the program I'm using. There's, depending how many words you're typing at a time, there can be a 30-second delay in the processing.
Okay.
So it's not quick. It's not like quite on the level of Grandpa, but
Oh God,
it's getting there.
For those that don't know who Grandpa is, that was someone in Foxhole that Wasted used to play with a lot. That used speech to text to speech to mask his voice, or her voice. I don't actually know. No one knows.
We don't know. We don't know.
I think Wasted might know, but it's a trade secret. And they used that in game, and it was literally it was almost as fast as just speaking.
Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
You can tell when he made a mistake.
His 2 personas are Grandpa, which is just an old man, like literally driving around tanks going, "Are you winning, son?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he goes heavy into the roleplay, which is another good use case for it. But then the one he got in trouble for was the Queen of England.
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
no!
He had a month ban for that one.
Whoops. Yeah, VTubers and stuff like that can do the same thing. And also, for roleplay and stuff, for roleplay games, like on various occasions, I play a female character. And it's just like, it would actually be kind of cool to be able to manipulate my voice to be able to do it properly.
Yeah. Or to have a character that you've built yourself and you don't particularly want to do the RP in a D&D session yourself, but you would like to have that for at least the introduction of your character, something that's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Or as a DM, you want to introduce a villain. Okay, here we go. Let's play with this and
that's
have that introduction be grandiose.
And if you can mix people's voices, I'm not sure like how much that plays into thing, but you could, I mean, at least for private usage, you could take, Brian Blessed and Stephen Fry, combine them and have yourself a grandiose British.
The Blessed Fry. Yes,
the Blessed Fry. I want to know what that sounds like, actually. That sounds kind of cool.
I haven't actually tried sampling multiple voices. I will do that on the next reset.
Yeah.
But one thing the one I'm using does do quite well is it's got 2 sliders. One which is strength of accent, so you can slide that up and down to differentiate it. And the other one is similarity to previous generation. So you can basically generate, don't quite like that, make it less accurate, generate it again, it'll create a new voice, like, oh, I actually prefer that one, turn the strength back up and generate from there. No, that's gone the wrong way, turn it down again. So you've got this nice little slider you can play with to take a voice that you like and make it your own.
And as long, I would say that's where it gets interesting. Of like, as long as you're not taking as long as you're not trying to perfectly impersonate someone else's voice, I'm not as. It's a grey area, sure, but it's not
something
as
that will
against...
need to be legislated for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you take my voice and manipulate it enough that at a general passing, my mum couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be like my mum couldn't tell the difference between me and that voice. Then that's not right. But if it's like at a general passing, no one goes, "That's Tom." But after listening to it, it was like, "Oh, it's based on Tom." That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, that I'm kind of fine with.
And when you look at the cost of it as well, like I say, the one I'm on is a £5.
Yeah.
First month for £1. For that £1, £5, you get 50,000 words.
Yeah.
As Lydia said in chat earlier, Final Fantasy VII is 7,000 words roughly.
Done.
So
Do it.
for a £5, you could literally voice act yourself the entirety of your favorite game. Obviously, things like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, they're going to be much, much higher with your dialogue choices. And it does boggle the mind how things like Baldur's Gate did it back in the day themselves. All of that is, that's 1999, and it's fully voiced for that many voice dialogues.
Oh, it's compressed to all hell, but yes. I mean, that's the other thing. It's AI as well is going to come into the compression realm, and when it does for audio and video, AI video compression, because we've already seen that happen with like NVIDIA voice and NVIDIA. I've forgotten what the other one, the green screening one, they do as well. RTX camera. I don't even know anymore.
Hang on, it's called RTX camera.
Oh, is it? Okay, that was a good guess. But the fact that like the AI, and it is actually an AI core on the NVIDIA cards. I think it's an AI core, or it's just using heavily dumbed down AI stuff to remove a massively blowing. I think it was a leaf blower and a pan that Barnacles was hitting at the same time, talking into a microphone like I am now, and you could hear him perfectly. You could tell there was a little bit of compression on it, but it was very impressive on that. And then also like the green screen background stuff that works much better than what you see in like Zoom or Teams or Google Meet.
Yeah, especially if you're going for the obfuscation rather than deletion of background, it's really good.
Oh yeah.
And I've just thought of another use for it.
Oh.
Atlas recording call and challenges between ships. So when you're going to pirate somebody, you have a distinct audio file in a pirate's voice, a script that you play through your speakers and the other ship hears, identifying who you are. So they know, you've got your character's identity as well.
You've just triggered Sarin. He's thinking. Sarin's having an idea.
There's so many things you could use it for. It's just insane.
But my announcement is the sound of cannon fire, though.
That's fine. Even if just in the background there's just someone shouting "fire cannons."
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, we can't. Sorry, I was just thinking we're not in Sea of Thieves. We can't fire ourselves because you could fire like Donna Caedes first, playing the soundtrack of like incoming fire, kaboom.
I mean, can we not put catapults on ships again?
I can't remember.
I wonder how it would deal with songs.
I think we can.
Oh, it does. It deals fine with songs.
I've not tested that. That would be interesting because again, record our own voices.
Audio comes through perfectly well. All audio.
If we record our own voices and then overlay them in, an audio editor, we could make our own sea shanties. Single take. No one has to get embarrassed about it because I can
talk to Donna Caedes.
They can provide a file that they are happy with.
All I'm going to say, Kate, talk to Donna Caedes.
Yep.
Be very happy for you to volunteer.
Yep. and this is one thing you would bear in mind. These are the silly uses. These are the personal uses. These are the let's have a joke and see what it can do uses.
Yeah.
This doesn't even begin to look into business. Like I say, for me, YouTube, single take recordings, that would save up to hours of time in some cases. Especially if you're not confident and talking and you do stumble your words every now and again, or you're worried that people can hear you breathing too loudly.
Or you're timing a voiceover of a video that you've got to redo the voice on.
It also takes out the worry of additional background noises or having to edit it afterwards. You know what you're getting is perfect every single time.
Or we could do all the voices from the penguins in Madagascar. Yes, I like that idea. That sounds hilarious.
Exactly. You want to make Sliver sound like a minion from...
Oh, no.
Do it.
I'm going to have to do that now. I'm going to have to sample.
And I will say on stream right now, as long as you're not doing it for profit, you have permission to use my voice. Go for it. You have two rules. Never make any money from it. Send it to me so I can piss myself laughing. Those are the two rules.
There we go. And on that bombshell, I think we've been going for an hour and a bit now. Right.
Probably.
What's this one called? School, STEM, and AI?
School, STEM, why does everything keep breaking? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. Why does everything keep breaking? Because of our education system. That's it, folks.
That's it, folks. We're out. We're done. All right. In that case, let's go. Well, okay. Unless there's any other topics you guys can think of, I don't.
No, I'm out.
We're topicked out.
I think we've talked about upcoming games enough to the point where people know what we're waiting for. It's just now the waiting game.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've not talked about what I've been doing recently, but you'll have to find that out next time.
If only you had an outro, you could quickly give us a briefing.
Oh my god, yeah, it would be great. If only Caedes went first.
I went first. Well, I am CaedesEnder. I am the one who pontificates about random AI stuff. And I have recently been trying to play Persona. I say trying because internet problems, computer problems, and oh boy, is that game bizarre.
You've had just a shit time recently.
It's been rough, but it's coming good. It's all for the best. So yes, if you want to see RPGs and mainly some Monster Hunter coming up probably, then head over to twitch.tv/CaedesEnder. And Sarin, what are you up to?
Well, I am preparing the house for a baby that's coming in 3 weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
3 weeks and a bit. But yes, I am SarinTal, breaker of game physics. You guys will see me. Sliver knows what I'm talking about exactly. You guys will see me Wednesdays and Fridays for now. 11 a.m. starts for some various gameplay. We're playing. What are we playing right now? Playing through Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2 on the Legendary Edition. Playing through that on Wednesday, and Grounded on Friday with the crew. So yeah, tune in for that. And if I suddenly disappear in the middle of the stream, Sliver knows what to do. And next time you guys will see me, we'll be with a baby. Yeah.
I'll wait.
And I'm TBSliver. Somehow in control of Sarin's stream. He gave me a button that allows me to do one crazy thing, which is turn it all off. It is literally called the emergency stop. It's a great feature. Anyway, yes, I'm TBSliver. I play far too many different games. I'm currently starting on the Zelda playthrough that I think I mentioned last time. I don't even know if halfway through is correct, but I am away through Zelda 1. I'm fully lost at the moment. I don't know where to go. I have made a map. So if you want to see more of that, join me on Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. I keep wanting to say BST. I did actually fix that over on twitch.tv/TBSliver. And yeah, eventually I might get back to Banjo-Kazooie. I really need to finish that. But I'm stepping into the retro games. And some point soon, I might start trying to do a speedrun or two. But that's kind of behind everything else I'm trying to do at the same time. But that is enough of that. And that, I think, is it from us. Yeah.
A pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a good run.
As usual, if you like this video, please press the like button. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and catch one of us live at some point over the next couple of weeks. And we will see you all back here in 2 weeks' time with something. Some other topic and possibly a guest. I don't know yet. We shall see. Unfortunately, one of our guests fell through recently due to life happening. I
think we're done making plans for a little bit after Baldur's Gate.
Plans don't seem to work. So all I can say is 2 weeks' time, see you all here. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining. Catch you all next time.
Take care.
That's it, yes.